Nigeria. Welcome to another spectacular edition of Newsline. I am Becky Madujemo, and it's a delight to give you a sneak peek at what we'll be offering tonight. The caves of a town in the south zone of Nigeria beckoned to us recently, and we did not resist the call. And we're not the only crew that went to view the magnetic setting. A gang of bikers rode all the way there. You are bound to feel the magic of nature when those features are rode. Then the eye-catching displays that defines the International Arts and Crafts Festival in Abuja will be showcased, along with some cultural entertainment by various dance troupes from across Nigeria. You'll find another entertaining interlude in a report about a mobile singer. She has one major reason to sit at home and wallow in self-pity, but instead, she put her talent into good use. Her story is inspiring. And of course, there are events we covered in the course of the week. As you probably know, Newsline loves a good celebration. I can't give everything away in one sitting. I will return after the news. Happy Sunday to you, Jume Yusuf. Over to you now.
Sunday to you, Becky, and you're welcome to Abuja. Minister of Defense Mansour Mohammed Ali is scheduled to visit Chad at a later date within the week to hold a bilateral meeting with his Chadian counterpart, General Daoud Yahya. A statement by Public Relations Officer to the Minister, Colonel Tukur Gusau, indicates that the visit will revolve around strengthening the operations of multinational joint task force to enable it achieve its mandate of eliminating security threats and creating a safe and secure environment. The Nigerian Army says its attention has been drawn to several social media, print, electronic and online publications about the recent attack on 157 Task Force Battalion at Metale. Confirming the attack on the location on 18th November 2018, the Army says it is, however, necessary to correct several misinformation. A statement by Nigerian Army explained that it has laid down procedures for reporting incidents that involves its personnel who fall casualty in action, which involve notifying the next of kin of the troop first. It observed that several social media, print and online publications have been brandishing false casualty figures and footages, thereby spreading the propaganda intent of the terrorists. The statement indicates that the situation at the location is under control as reinforcing units have been able to repel the terrorists and stabilize the situation. The Nigerian Air Force has described the video clip currently circulating on various social media platforms purportedly showing a terrorist attack at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja. In a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commando Ibikule Daramola, categorically states that the airport was and has never been under any attack. The video being circulated instead shows an airport security simulation tagged Exercise Thunderbolt, which took place on 8 November 2016. The exercise was aimed at training the Nigerian Air Force personnel and other security agencies on security response and actions to be taken in the event of an attack on the airport. The general public is therefore advised to disregard the video and also refrain from sharing or uploading unverified videos, pictures or articles in order not to cause panic. The Nigerian Air Force is assuring all local and international travelers that Nigeria's airports are safe and they can go about their travels without any fear. Meanwhile, Minister of Education Malam Adamu says the government is stepping up efforts to ensure secured environment in the nation's 104 unity schools by providing basic security infrastructure. Speaking to the media against the backdrop of insurgent activities in the northeast and incidents of kidnapping in some parts of the country, the minister says government is spending over 2 billion naira for the provision of security facilities.
Among others, the federal government has decided to provide perimeter fencing in the schools that are yet to have one, CCTV coverage, and street lights powered by solar power and modern security gates.
Abdullahi Musa Silejo reports that the minister urged civil society groups and communities where the schools are located to monitor the implementation of the projects. He also employs the media to do the same. President Muhammadu Buhari says the federal government will continue to provide the necessary support to the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPSS, for it to leverage on its role of developing policies as well as providing directives for good governance. This is in its message to the 2018 graduation ceremony of the Senior Executive Course 40 of the institution. Ijoma Ozemena completes the story.
I declare that I will bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The 66 graduates of the Senior Executive Course 40 conferred with the honor of Member of National Institute, MNI, are expected on return to their respective organizations to lead in the conceptualization and implementation of innovative policy initiatives and strategies critical for national development.
It was for this reason that the National Institute was founded in 1979 as the apex policy think tank to lead policy development in all areas of national endeavor and to train the nation's elite on issues of policy formulation and implementation.
I intend to go back and ensure that my subordinates, especially my directors, are trained in such a way that we will move Plateau State House Assembly and Plateau State Government forward.
The National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies is charged with the mandate of producing top-class technocrats who will be capable of responding to present and future national challenges. From NIPSS, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Thank you, Ijoma. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, says technical challenge was the reason why it did not broadcast live the 13th anniversary ceremony of the American University of Nigeria, Yola, as against misinformation from the Atiku Media Office, alleging that NTA deliberately and under instruction from the presidency refused to broadcast the event live. Statement by the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, explained that the allegation is not only far from the truth but very uncharitable. While it is true that NTA received payment for the live coverage, it is also true that the NTA mobilized and deployed its outside broadcast crew from Jos to Loyola for the coverage. The crew from Jos got to the location in good time and carried out equipment tests as well as uplink and downlink tests, which confirmed that the signals are in good condition. Few hours to the event, Damsat domestic satellite station at NTA headquarters called to report of not receiving signals, but the uplink was sending out adequate power while Damsat was not receiving the signal. All the uplink equipment are in good working conditions and the downlink equipment also in good working condition. The only factor is the satellite service provider, Intelsat. Damsat had made similar report, which the head of SATCOM has sent a report to Intelsat and awaiting the report. This is a new development, a new challenge, which we would look at critically and localize the fault and ensure it does not reoccur. It should, however, be noted that the NTA transmitted the own event soon after it overcame the technical glitch it experienced. NTA wishes to inform Nigerians that it has never been dictated to it by the presidency in the course of discharging its responsibility since the current management came on board. The NTA also wishes to appeal to all politicians to please leave it out of politics. NTA is a public broadcaster that belongs to all and will discharge its mandate according to the law establishing it. Now, politics. Frontline members of the All Progressive Congress APC in the Northeast say they are confident of victory in the 2019 general elections regardless of who the candidate of the main opposition party is. They made the declaration at the Northeast Zonal meeting of the party in Bauchi. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports.
As the 2019 general election draws closer, political parties and their members are repositioning for electoral victory. Frontline members of the All Progressives Congress from the Northeast are confident of electoral victory in the 2019 polls.
An endorsement meeting. We call this meeting to, first of all, show our appreciation to Mr. President and his administration for salvaging us from the shackles of the insurgents.
I'm prepared to remain very loyal to our party, the APC, the decision of our party will continue to remain supreme.
You really have to look at yourself and put your house in order. Maybe somewhere there are some cracks, and that is normally obvious in political arrangement, especially in a period like this.
With reconciliation and re-strategizing as the main focus of the meeting, party stalwarts are optimistic that aggrieved members of the party will embrace the reconciliation process and deliver the zone to President Muhammadu Buhari.
But politics is local, driven by local issues, and Buhari has responded robustly to our needs.
The aggrieved members are still members of the APC, and it is the party that is paramount. We must be able to eschew our individual aspirations for the success of the party.
And President Muhammad Buhari has become mandatory on us, meaning all the people of the Northeast must make sure that Muhammad Buhari has come back.
In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
In another development, the All Progressive Congress APC says it is optimistic of greater success during the upcoming general elections. This was a statement of the party's national chairman, Adams Oshomole, and other stalwarts during a grand rally to welcome defectors from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Konkosia movement in Kano. Abdullahi Mustafa tells us more.
This is the biggest political event in Kano since the 2015 general elections. For the All Progressives Congress, APC, is a moment it is strengthening its structure ahead of the 2019 polls. Thousands of PDP members led by former Governor Ibrahim Shekaru and many others from the Konkosia movement were formally received by the governing party. The defectors, including serving and former legislators, former PDP executives, as well as aspirants for governorship and other elective positions, identified good governance and hope for a greater Nigeria as the basis for their defection to APC.
I wish to assure the national leadership, the state leadership, and the state government and the federal government of our total commitment, our total determination to be loyal members of the APC.
We are going to win Kano unanimously because there is no opposition in Kano. We are very glad, we are so happy with our supporters, the team supporters who follow us to APC.
National Chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, Governors Abdullah Umar Ganduje of Kano State and Badr Abubakar of Jigawa, as well as other party stalwarts, are of the belief that the mass defection of PDP and Konkosia supporters has weakened the opposition in Kano State.
Say Buhari. These southern people come to our great party as a result of extreme achievement recorded so far in the country by our respected President Muhammad Buhari. ABC in Kano State is united.
The Grand Rally also marks the beginning of governorship and state assembly election campaigns in Kano State. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Still in Kano, the presidential candidate of African Action Congress, Omoyole Sowore, says if voted into power, his administration will place high premium on education. He was speaking in Kano at a rally to formally present the Sowore Rufai ticket to the electorates in the state. Mohamed Rabiu Ali reports that AAC candidate is the first to launch his presidential campaign in Kano.
The political atmosphere has begun. Candidates vying for various political positions commence campaigns seeking votes from electorates. One of such is the presidential candidate of African Action Congress, AAC, Sowore. The campaign rally started from Airport Road, passed through Sabongari area to Kantinkwari, Emir's Palace, State Road, and terminates at the race course ground. While addressing people of Kano, the presidential candidate of AAC promised to turn around economy, agriculture, tourism, and industrialization.
to grow the Nigerian economy, but not grow it in interest of outsiders, but in interest of the people of Nigeria. We want to introduce and infuse technology in the agricultural sector, where it is important for the people of Kano, and also provide support for small businesses. On the issue of corruption, the Sowore Rufai ticket assured to continue with what the present administration is doing. The AAC cautioned Nigerian youth to shun political thuggery. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Now, away from politics, members of the New Estate Baptist Church have imbibed the act of gratitude with intensive prayers to God for a credible and peaceful 2019 general elections. Deborah Mecca reports.
Worshippers at the New Estate Baptist Church described the 2018, which is gradually coming to an end, and the part played by Almighty God.
We are preparing for 2019 election. The economy is struggling, but in the midst of it all, God is in charge.
You might not have had all your prayers answered. You might not have all that you have prayed for, but when you think in words, you will know that you can count 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or even more things that God has actually done.
They were intercessory prayers to God for the nation's political and economic stability. Deborah Micah, NTA News.
And now sports. The 19th National Sports Festival Church of Unity is received by governors of Osun and Ekiti states, and the Nigerian Badminton Federation holds seminar on doping in Lagos. George Gift has details.
The 19th National Sports Festival Torch of Unity is still being received by governors of states in the southwest states. In Osun State, Tokpe Alabi reports that the movement of the torch took off from Freedom Park, involving star athlete of the state in female weightlifting, Islamiyat Yusuf. The Torch of Unity was eventually presented to the governor of the state, Rauf Arigbe-Shola, by the Commissioner of Sport, B. Odunlade.
Strong message to our leaders to work hard, shun any divisive tendencies.
In Ekiti State, Ayodeji Ogunshake reports that the Ekiti State government says it will focus on sports that could bring medals to the state government at the forthcoming National Sports Festival. Receiving the Torch of Unity, Governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information, Youth and Sports, Ekiti State, says the state will fully participate in the games.
The social investment policy program of the state government has got to do with youth.
The Torch of Unity is expected to be received by the Governor of Lagos State on Monday. The Nigerian Badminton Federation says it has intensified its fight against doping amongst its athletes as they prepare for major competitions. President of the Federation, Francis Obi, at an anti-doping seminar in Lagos, insists that players must be educated on their rights as regards the World Anti-Doping Code, which contains list of banned substances.
We want a clean sport. We don't want any badminton player to be caught and associated with any performance-enhancing substance.
The Nigerian Triathlon Union, in its bid to further develop the sport in the country, sent her coaches on an international KTF ITU Level 1 triathlon course organized by the International Triathlon Union in South Korea. The coaches say the knowledge acquired will be impacted on the younger ones.
From the wealth of knowledge I've been, given, I can train an athlete.
Step by step of how to teach a child.
Triathlon comprises 3 sports, namely athletics, cycling, and swimming. With sports update, Gifts George, NTA News.
Now, a quick look at the weather picture across the country.
Thank you for staying tuned. Places in the north and some part of the central states have been experiencing dust haze with poor visibility, especially over the northern region. However, with strong winds at the upper level, we expect these conditions to improve in terms of visibility. And for Monday morning, the northern region is expected to be in sunny and hazy condition throughout the forecast period. The central cities should have some patches of cloud cover with much sunshine, while the inland and the coastal belt should be in partly cloudy to cloudy skies. Later in the day, scattered thunderstorms are likely over some cities in the inland and the coastal belt, and this is expected to affect Benin, Akure, Lagos, Calabar, Port Harcourt, and its environs. And that's a summary for the weather forecast